All right, we're going to do division of rational expressions and multiple choice. So I'm going to review dividing rational expressions, and then I'm going to go over how to do this if we were to use a multiple choice question. So the first thing I've got in there is over here on the right is where it says our problem k squared minus 7k plus 6 and so forth. So number one, the first thing we want to do is go ahead and rewrite it. And so as we rewrite it, I'm going to go ahead and say k squared minus 7k plus 6 all over k squared minus 11k plus 10. And remember, we are dividing, so we flip and change to multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to change it to multiplication, and I am going to flip the equation. 6k squared minus 60k all over k minus 6. That is the only difference between division of rational functions and multiplication of rational functions. You just have to take the division, change it to multiplication. Now, I went ahead and put some problems in here, and we're going to factor the k squared minus 7k plus 6. And remember, I'm going to go the easy route. Some people call it a cheat. I got 1 and 6. So remember, in Desmos, you do have to use x's. So I'm going to write k minus 1 and k minus 6 for the numerator of that one. I'm going to go to the second one. Let's go ahead and cut that out. I'm going to go to the second one, type that in, and I'm going to say, okay, well, what do we have here? It looks like we have 1 and 10. So I'm going to write k minus 1 and k minus 10 times. And notice there are no a values or leading coefficients in this case. And since there's no coefficients, they do stay that way. Now, let's go to the next one. There is a greatest common factor in this one, okay? And if you see it, 6k squared and 60k, you can see that the greatest common factor in this case is going to be 6 and a k. So I'm going to take a 6 and a k out, and that's going to leave me with k minus 10. That is this one, GCF is 6k. Now, if you didn't know that, you can still factor it, and you can turn that on. You can find it. You notice that one of them is root is 0, that is the k, and then the other one is going to be 10, and that is the x minus 10. You just have to pull out the value of 6. Now, after that, k minus 6 is fully factored, so I just leave it like that. Okay, now, once we have this, we need to go through and we need to just cross out all the values that are exactly the same. It's just like multiplication. So I know that k minus 1 is a value, and it divides off with k minus value. Remember, we can only simplify from top to bottom. Okay, then I go k minus 6 and k minus 6, top to bottom. I go k minus 10 and k minus 10, that is top to bottom. And it looks like what we are left with is 6k. Now, that tells me the answer should be C in this case. But how do we know for sure if it is a multiple choice? So the first thing I do is I turn on the original problem. Okay, once I have that, I'm just going to go back through and just type them in. I don't have to go through everything. It's multiple choice. So 1 divided by 7x, that does not line up. Okay, and then I can type in the next one. Okay, x minus 5, x minus 10, divided by x plus 7. Okay, that doesn't line up. Okay, and then I can go to the last one and I can just verify it there. 6x. Let's type in 6x. 6x, daggone, it lines up perfectly. So that tells me and verifies that 6x is the answer to this.